America will pay for its cruel deeds. War thriller. Author, Pavel Kostka PPKPP. The night over the Persian Gulf was silent for only a few minutes before the sky tore open with fire. What was meant to be a warning strike became the spark that ignited chaos and changed the world forever. Military radars lit up, ports shut down, and command centers fell into tense silence as decisions were made that could never be undone. Soldiers who had already seen too much death prepared for battle once again. Commanders gathered in dark rooms where the glow of monitors painted shadows across their weary faces. Planning became a game with impossible stakes: precision strikes, cyber operations, naval blockades. On the other side, resistance forces formed, unwilling to wait for diplomacy. Their retaliation was cold, calculated, and merciless. Cyber attacks crippled ports, communication lines failed, and misinformation spread faster than truth. Civilians trapped between fronts searched for shelter, while humanitarian teams fought to reach those most in need. War became omnipresent in the media, on social networks, in every whispered conversation. At the heart of the story stand several intertwined lives. Marek Vávra, a young officer whose brother fell in the first strike, swore he would never let another loss go unanswered. His courage inspired others, but his impulsiveness led him into dangerous missions that risked everything. Elena Sayegh, commander of special operations, understood the cost of every order. She believed war was dirty, but sometimes necessary to prevent greater evil. Yet, she carried the weight of every life lost under her command. Dr. Pavel Horák, an analyst and strategist, searched for a way out of escalation. His tools were data and models, but he knew numbers could never capture human suffering. He sought compromise, a fragile hope amid destruction. And behind them all stood President Hallstrom, a fictional leader burdened by power. His decisions were watched by the entire world, his dilemma simple yet cruel: how to protect his nation without destroying what he was meant to defend. Operations intensified. Each strike provoked another. Secret missions uncovered hidden networks of weapons and supply routes, revealing alliances that blurred the line between friend and foe. In one ruined harbor, soldiers discovered evidence of covert cooperation that shattered illusions of loyalty. Meanwhile, leaked documents and manipulated footage fueled public outrage. Demonstrations filled the streets, and political pressure forced hasty decisions. The media, once guardians of truth, became weapons of influence. Fear and anger spread through cities that had never known war. Shortages, restrictions, and loss became part of daily life. The battlefield expanded beyond land and sea. A new kind of war emerged, one fought for control of information. Cyber units battled in silence, while drones and satellites became targets. Without communication systems, logistics collapsed. Hospitals ran on backup power, food supplies dwindled, and civilians paid the highest price. Marek's thirst for vengeance drove him toward a mission that could change the course of the war. Elena faced an impossible choice: obey an order that could save hundreds but destroy innocents. Horák discovered a pattern in the chaos, one final move that could trigger catastrophe for millions, yet his warnings went unheard. Hallstrom faced the crushing weight of leadership, knowing every decision could be his last. When the dust finally settled, the world stood still. Cities began to rebuild, families searched for meaning, and survivors carried scars that time could not heal. This war thriller does not end with victory or defeat. It ends with a question that echoes through the silence: what is the true price of power, and who will pay it? A story of courage, revenge, and the fragile line between justice and destruction. A mirror held up to a world where truth burns as fiercely as war itself. Partially created with AI.